having a team that can ask the right questions to land at the outcomes that your goals align with is really important.
My name's Collin Hart.
And I'm VanderWeele with Eckert Wordell. Today we'll cover what you should be thinking about when designing healthcare facilities.
In this video, we'll talk about the role of architects in healthcare projects and why they make all the difference. So Jared, you're a healthcare architect. Can you tell us why your role is so important in a healthcare design project?
You know, there's so much going on at the beginning. The doctor's thinking about certain things, the team's thinking about how they're going to deliver their care, and there's just a lot of push and pull and priorities to sort through. And so having a team that can ask the right questions to land at the outcomes that your goals align with is really important. And that's kind of where we come in and start from the get-go asking those questions that get everybody on the same page to hopefully have a great project.
And so what's interesting is you start by asking questions. Ultimately, your goal is to design the building for a practice, right? Their surgery center, their clinical building. But it sounds like you really have to start with the why, or what are their goals, or what are their objectives?
The goals are so important. And as you know, they're financial goals, there's practice growth goals, there's recruitment goals, there's a lot of things that initiate a project in the first place. And so if we can get aligned with what that is, then architecture becomes the byproduct of that conversation.
Right. And I think a lot of our clients are type A personality, assertive. We obviously have a lot of the same clients. And so maybe they might embark on a project like this on their own, but it almost sounds like you as the architect for the project kind of quarterback the whole process.
Ideally, I mean, it's how it goes when a doctor or an administrator just starts running and then you kind of get pulled in a little late. It's like, hey, there's some key questions we could have asked that maybe would have saved time if you move a little slower, get the right pieces in place first.
Right. But still, even if they do it on their own or engage services of Eckert Wordell, at the end of the day, they need to think about what's the end goal, what are our goals, what are our objectives for this project, and ultimately, how's it going to allow us to serve our patients via our practice? Is that right?
That's true. I mean, all of the providers in the U.S. right now are under increased pressure to see more patients, to provide higher level of care and concern for their patients. And how do you give a higher touch? How do you do the higher volumes? You're asking a lot of your space and your staff and yourselves to deliver that.
Right. Well, I'm glad we're here today talking about it. Obviously, we provide a very specific service just like you guys do. And so hopefully our collective clients will learn something today.
That's the goal.
Great.